And yeah, basically we found kind of a spot where like where the Templars basically were kind of snuffed out, presumably in Paris. Um, George went on a really long tangent about how many butts had previously sat in the pews of a church, and then we found our way into here. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, that is like the weirdest line in this game so far, and I don't know if it'll be topped. Oh, hello, Bonnie. I don't know if that one will be topped or not, but it was a doozy. It was a doozy. And yeah, other than that, yeah, we've made our way through here. This is a bit of a maze, not a maze, but we had to kind of do a few puzzles to get through to this area here with this codon. So we're kind of pretending we're a doctor in order to get to this section to the right over here past, you can kind of see the icon there. Because somebody is over there that we need to talk to. I think this is a person that could very well be murdered soon. But we cannot get over there because of this guy. This guy over here needs his blood pressure taken. And this is kind of a frustrating puzzle. And the reason being is that the nurse here is like, you need to take his blood pressure. Gives us a blood pressure kind of tool here. If we go over to him to use, like, to do the blood pressure thing, he's like, what do you think you're doing? I don't need blood pressure taken. And you're like, all right, great. That's perfect. I'll just kind of move on my way. But if I go over here, he yells at me and asks why you haven't taken his blood pressure. Like, and you're like, and then you do it and you don't know what you're doing because it's George. And so as such, it's a huge, I don't know, it's a weird situation. So just to illustrate this sitch, I guess I can try to head over this way, and I'll show you the situation, and then we'll kind of get into the playthrough proper.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Yeah, this guy. But if you go up to him, he's like, oh, why, you don't need to take my blood pressure. You're like, okay, great. I think this is the wall.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
Okay, we're not even going to do it. That's awesome. So I've used, I think, everything on this guy.
Me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Why?
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've used all of these things here
See you later.
to try to get this thing rolling, but no dice so far. She is not much help either.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
Yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
There you go. Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Typical point and click. Yeah, indeed. That list is actually great. That's a good one. Basic healthcare. Yeah. So the one thing I thought about last time checking was there's a few people walking around out here, right? So there's this like trainee guy walking around who you can ask questions to. So maybe I can just ask him, like, how do I use this machine? But I imagine some of the details are probably different with these folks. I don't know if I talked to them in full.
Hey,
So
Benoit.
let's try that. That was my idea at
Yes,
the end of
sir?
last stream. All right, blood
What
pressure
do you know
machine.
about this piece of equipment?
It's
Yeah.
a device for measuring blood pressure.
So how does it work, though? Oh, what is this?
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I
Of
didn't
course.
mean to get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Okay.
What do you know about this?
It's a device.
Okay, that's all we have then?
What do you know?
It's a device.
See you later.
Right.
Okay, that felt like a slam dunk to me. It didn't work. Okay. He wants to get his hands dirty. I got a
Excuse me,
patient for
sir.
you. You know.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy.
Okay.
This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
George.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Again, still sticking with the power stance. You got to respect that.
Look what Nurse Grendel gave me, sir.
Ah, yes, very good. I'm glad to see you are carrying it with you. It reassures the public to see the medical profession using traditional archaic tools.
All right.
So long, Hagenmeyer.
Okay. Is he following me now? Is he just putting?
Hey, Benoit.
Because I guess we.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Oh yes. Okay.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
Do we need to? Okay, so we
Follow
need.
me, Benoit.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Okay, we need to get him into the ward. Yeah. How he was like growing out of the other doctor there.
Doctor?
What is it now, nurse?
Number 2 again. He won't tell me what he wants. He says he'll only talk to a man.
Do I have to? That guy's nuts.
Doctor, I'm surprised at you. There's no way to talk about our clients.
Okay, I'll see him. But I'm telling you, he's a hypochondriac. Hello again.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we have no. What do we talk to him about?
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
I heard you're, freaking out. How about this gem?
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
I like that he's just like he's not sick. He's just thinks he's sick.
Have you any idea what this is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
I guess that was a good enough chat, huh?
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, let's get this. This is the second guy, right?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, amazing. Now I can move into the next section. Hello, guard guy.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, Doctor.
What's up?
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, Doc. Right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
Oh, whoa. Haven't heard that one in a minute. Yeah, just a huge, important piece of art. No big deal, no big deal.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
Ooh.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How is the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Don't you think it's possible that the bear was a man in disguise?
Well, obviously, I'm not completely stupid. But who would go to the bother of disguising himself as a bear? It's not as if he'd blend in with the surroundings. I checked with base to see if any bears had been reported missing from the zoo or a traveling circus. They told me to sit tight until reinforcements arrive. I guess they're right. I'd be stupid to tackle a bear single-handed.
All right, so the bear is obviously the killer. Like, so obviously. Security is terrible in this place, by the way. There's just, you can just waltz in here, throw on a white coat, and you have access to everything. And I was laughing at the Five Nights at Freddy. Yeah, I did have to look up what a Homburg was, or Homburg. And I was like, oh, it's like a little bowler hat. So there you go. All right. Well, do you want to look at my gem?
Do you recognize this gem?
It isn't an emerald, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
Okay, it's an emerald.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds Middle Eastern.
Alamat.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Branding mice without bending down.
Okay, on that note.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc. If you see that bear, kick him in the nuts.
Wow, okay. That's a choice. I guess we could do that.
Rather you than me, pal.
Are we gonna perish in here? If he really has anthrax, I guess that could be a problem. Oh boy. Okay.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the Assassin.
That's
Not
nice.
me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent.
Bill
in
Clinton
my
over here.
place.
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster. Quickly, tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would
Weasel.
that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them?
We've met. What about the Hashashin?
Is more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
George.
As a theory about the location of
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Hmm.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Great work.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Well.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter.
Duh.
The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Oh no.
Stand back, monsieur.
Shots fired, shots fired. It's a pleasant noise. How did no one see this coming?
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked.
Barely.
For the very last time.
That was a painful
He's
thing to
dead.
listen to, by the
Yeah.
way.
Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
God! That was a very Guybrush moment there. Alright, well we have moved the story forward then. This is quite interesting.
Have you ever heard of the Hashi-Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again.
By the way, Movie Battle Supreme Court. I forgot if I said hi. I saw your message earlier. Good to see you. Yeah, the voodoo doll might be a bit worse. Who knows? Who knows?
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, crap. The manuscript again. Well, I guess our next order of business has to be the tripod for sure now, because we know that there's something afoot with that now. We have the gem that's part of it. And then there is a lead on something else. In the Middle East, I think is what they said, right? Somebody somewhere who knows something. Oh, we got to keep the
Can you
thing.
think of any use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No. I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Mu? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Okay. So I guess, yeah, we'll head back into town here. That was some interesting information. We'll check in with the lady here.
Oh, hi.
She knows a lot,
Hello, my handsome friend.
just in case.
What does this apparatus mean to you?
The last time I saw one of those, I was about to go to the operating theater. The doctor told me there was nothing to worry about. I laughed in his face.
How come?
I can see the future, remember?
See you later.
That's right, Miss.
Okay. Well, that was, yeah, check. We're, right over here, so. Figure we'll do a quick pop in. Quick pop in. Okay. I may have missed a line when we were in there because I was thinking of something else, but I know that they were talking to the cops, but I feel like heading into the museum is probably where we want to go. Again, this is where the tripod is. So we'll just poke around here quick, and otherwise we'll kind of go to a couple other locations. I imagine with the story moving forward, there's
You have
probably
left me
something.
very late, monsieur.
Late for what?
Anything? I am closing the museum soon. You wouldn't like to get locked in. I can tell you. Not in this gallery.
Why not?
It is haunted, monsieur.
You don't believe in ghosts, surely.
Oh, yes, I do. 7 years ago, a lad managed to hide in here. He'd made a bet with his friends, I suppose. When I found him in the morning, he was cold as ice and stiff as a board.
Well, what was the cause of death?
They said it was a brain tumor. But on his face was a look of stark, desperate terror such as I have never seen before.
Scary.
Scary.
Does this apparatus mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, the backgrounds are very nice. The setting is really cool, and I do like the fact that it sort of suggests that you're going to be going to multiple locations. It's quite a bit like it reminds me of like Zach McCracken a little bit in that sense. It's kind of cool. This guy got anything for me?
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Okay, we do have a couple things.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
That's nice.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
I see.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Yeah.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay. Make press.
Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Yeah.
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't
Also
you trust
true.
me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Do you have any use for this, Andre?
Shouldn't think so, Georgie.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Now, what did I tell you about touching the exhibits?
Was it you can touch all you want so long as your hands are clean?
Not quite, monsieur. It was do not touch, not ever.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
This guy's very patient.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
It's weird. I guess I feel like I need to be here when they break in, right?
Don't even think of climbing in them. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
Okay, that's the furthest that we've gotten with that. That's kind of cool. What is this other... Is this the window? I'm assuming we need to come back in here and steal it ourselves or something. We need to be present at the thievery, the burglary.
The rod turned smoothly, and the window above me opened.
I see.
High above me was a window. The window was wide open.
Oh, he closed it. Oh, what a funny little bit. Now we just phased through him. Okay, hang on here. Is this a timing thing? Is this Goat Part 2? It's like he's going over there, right? No, he's not looking at me over here. It worked. Hopefully we don't actually suffocate. That would be a lousy way to die because I have not saved in a minute.
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Several hours later.
This would be the longest cutscene for me just to be dead in. We'll find out. Come on, George. They just literally walked through the front door? Sheesh. Here I was thinking they were going to do something
Guido, look at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
Okay. Speaking of saving often, as you mentioned there, that's a good idea to do perhaps right now. Tight security. Okay, so I think talking to them will probably get us killed. Yo, Slames James, 31 months.
Guido.
What's the big idea, you dummy? Shine the light down here.
Thank you.
The mummy! It's come alive!
Oh, I think we're about to die here.
If that's a mommy, I'm glad I'm an orphan.
What a line. What a heck of a death animation.
Several hours later.
Oh wow, amazing. I just figured it was reloading me back into the game, but no, we were getting chucked off a bridge. Well, anyways, Slames James, thank you for the resub. Thanks very kindly. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, there's one more shout out that I needed to do. Shout out. Another raid there from Kale Salad. I don't know if it's like a kale salad, I guess, or Kale salad. Don't know. Thanks for the earlier raid there. Didn't get around to doing that one, but thank you. All right, let's try it again. Site security restore. Okay.
What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Oh? What? What is going on right now? Who is this? What? What just happened?
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean... it was you who stole the tripod? Oh,
Let's
hell,
go.
Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought
Don't
you'd
call
be
me Shirley.
pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Aren't you going to try putting the gem on the tripod?
I guess so. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
Maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
I'm sure she did.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the Knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Good gravy. That sequence was hilarious. Like, I thought I had failed that entire time, and then suddenly it's like, actually, no, that was just Nico. That's amazing. Yeah, extremely breathy, yeah. It's old and extremely fragile. Let's push a giant totem pole on top.
Lobineau explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy!
Interesting, what a response, alright.
What do you think the purpose of this tripod is?
On the manuscript, the gem is shown mounted on top of it.
So, we risked a criminal charge to steal a display stand?
Don't ask me. Maybe it's intended to hold the gem in a specific position.
Yeah, alright. I don't think that there's... Yeah, I mean, there's a castle in the background, I suppose, and an ox or something. Oh no.
What do you think the purpose...
I'm not...
Okay, we talked about that, and we're good across the
Do you want to
board.
look at...
No, Jean.
I have...
Already?
Time and tide wait for no man.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Tide and time wait for no man, especially George. Okay. Okay. We'll go through the same routine. We'll check in with the lady here. Got
Oh,
anything
hi.
for me?
Hello,
Hello, my handsome friend.
Do you know what this tripod was used for?
I couldn't imagine.
See you later.
That's right.
All right, cool. We're all caught up. Nice. Okay. Well. I forgot where I was supposed to go. We'll check in here again. Can I go in? Trying to do the skippy thing, but here it is.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur? Oh, it's you. Well, what do you want now? You're not going to try to hide in that closet again, are you?
I hear your tripod was stolen.
Nothing travels faster than bad news. It is true. It happened last night. I always said that alarm was no good.
Do you recognize this tripod?
It is vaguely familiar.
I should think it is.
Very similar to the one which we used to have here at the museum. In fact,
That's what I thought.
but this is obviously a poor copy.
Right.
Well, what is
Thanks
going
for your
on?
help.
That was so stupid. All right, let me just. We're gonna save again, just so that we've got that going.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
What's with the long face?
Haven't you heard? The tripod was stolen.
No kidding.
I just don't get it. So many other treasures. And the thieves choose the tripod.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no shortage of crazies in Paris. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
Oh, this game, it's
What did you make of the
It's good.
manuscript?
a good
It
game.
dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
Oh, is it?
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Interesting. And yeah, seriously, Havorius. You gotta really let the game just wash over you. What's up, not 37 rats? Good to see you. It's out there. This is such a funny. This game is good. I really like it. I want to be clear. It's a good game.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's
Georgie.
a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh,
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
Okay.
Oh, Andre,
Oui?
what would you say if I told you I knew who'd taken the tripod?
I'd call the police and have them arrested.
That's what I thought.
Who was it?
Oh, I don't know, really. It was just a hypothetical question.
That's too bad. If I could get my hands on a thief, I'd wring his neck.
Are you sure you don't know where
I'll
Alamut
check
is?
this.
Positive.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Very good. All right, so I guess we're set here. We've identified some information, which is good. Need that. Top 10? I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, I think it seems like there's lots of game left. I don't know how long this game is, but you know, if we're going off of the manuscript thing here, we're only like maybe a quarter through, I suppose. It's very good so far. I've been really enjoying it. The story is fascinating. It's like, I don't know, you never really know what's going to come up next. And then, I mean, the writing itself, like, for the characters is all over the place. It is just really like, I don't know, it's goofy. It's great. I've been very much enjoying it. What did I need to do here? I keep forgetting. This is what happens after such a session of credit early that I just keep forgetting what to do. I suppose we can check in with the police. Weren't they talking about the police before? Actually, hang on. Before we get too deep into this, they said these people were from Spain, right? Yeah, okay, this is what I thought. We can go to Spain here, folks. That could be quite interesting. I guess since we're in Paris, I'll check in with the police folks, since they were brought up, and then we'll head over to Spain. But this will be a little bit of a shorter session, by the way, today, because I spent some time doing runs. But
Stobart! I did not expect to see you so soon after that unfortunate business at the museum.
Inspector Rosso was completely satisfied with my explanation.
Ah, yes. You were accidentally trapped in an Egyptian sarcophagus.
as you
It
do.
could happen to anyone.
Indeed. As could being knocked unconscious by a wooden salmon. What do you want now?
Well, let me tell you.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin, Sergeant?
What was that?
The cult of the assassins.
What are you trying to say, Stobart?
That the clown is a member of that cult.
I see. And what proofs do you have?
Proof? I arrived at my conclusion through logical deduction and...
Pseudo-intellectual people. Leave the investigation of crime to those who know best. The police.
Hiffle, great word. Great word. Nielsen type of deadpan comedy. Yeah, I agree. It is... I don't know if it's because we're coming off of Toonstruck or, you know, these are both published by Virgin or whatever, like around the same-ish time. But they really like, one thing I can really appreciate is they completely buy into whatever they're doing. Like, this game really, like, goes into just, like, George is just, like, truly a cartoon character, it seems like in many cases. Just, like, a very funny character. And they just don't let up. It's just, like, a constant, like, commitment to what's happening. It's very interesting. I do agree with you, though, Stripes. That's the only, like, kind of difficult part about this game so far has been being like, well, okay, what do I do now? What is the next thing? You have to really kind of, I don't know. You have to be patient, I think, and thankfully, like, I think I've been doing okay with it, but it's like a lot of times you need to do what I'm doing now and kind of like pop in and ask people questions and stuff and see if something comes up.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
I guess so.
Yes, I do.
We
One
haven't
moment,
talked to him in a
monsieur.
minute. He's back again. This guy got so mad last
It's
time.
Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
Doing things before you knew why you needed to. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of get that. It's been a few times.
What now, monsieur?
Like the one that we just did actually was very similar to that, where it was like I was like, I think I need to be there when it happens. And there's like it seems like a couple different things to do, but like we managed to get in the sarcophagus, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm gonna die. Actually, I have no idea if this is what I was supposed to do. It's very weird. I don't know. Yeah, you kind of have to just go for it and then see what happens.
Maybe not.
Yeah, why not?
No.
Okay, well, we had a good talk, huh?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You already asked me that.
Okay.
So...
All right. I'm gonna check before we leave Paris. I'm gonna check the church place one more time. This place here, Montfaucon. See if there's anything going on. Looks like there is. Guy's still drinking. Good gravy.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A
that.
tripod. What is it for?
You mean you don't know?
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
Slaps the top of this thing. This thing can hold one specific gem.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur.
This looks like we got some
I'll be
tourists.
there.
Wasn't speedrunning it. Yeah, it is really specific. And every time you click, you can see that like George only takes one step. When you're in a hurry, it's like really easy to spam click things. And this is like not great. Kind of stacks your inputs a little bit. It's really weird. Crumbles so good. So we've a clown juggling. It's very weird. If you keep an eye on the blue ball, like it looks very unnatural. But anyways.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Oh no?
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass.
George!
Hey, you with the balls.
You with the balls? Oh my goodness.
We?
Start talking to people like that. Hey, you with the balls?
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
I'm running that joke back. I appreciate that. Yes, as the amateur detective.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
He's getting so heated about this. He's getting so upset. Not a fan of juggling or jongling or whatever they're calling it right now. This is like what's so funny about this. Also, what was the direction here for this for this voiceover? I feel like anyone with a French accent is doing so as if it's like their last like gasping breath, like on their deathbed. Like the guy who was dying on his deathbed earlier in the game today, that makes sense. Him kind of gasping for air. You know, he was literally about like he's dying. But why is the juggler like that? And Nico. And like a number of other people. It's just like people I literally have like I've been to Paris and I had conversations with people and not a single person was like gasping for air down there. It's very strange to me that this is I don't know. It's kind of just a whole thing. You know what I mean, Bonnie? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Gosh, I don't know if you can see this. She's having a moment here. I think she needs to use the Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Bon, you know what I'm talking about? It's like very strange voice direction. Oh, it's very gaspy. You know what I'm talking about? Tell me how you feel. Yeah? It's crazy, right? It is crazy. Yeah, she's upset. She knows. She knows. Alright, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go let her out really fast. And when we come back, we'll finish going through this scene here, and then I mean, maybe we'll head to Spain. We'll see what happens up here. But hang tight. I'll be right back on the other side. Just a couple minutes. Alrighty, I have returned. Where were we? We were here. Right, back into it again. So we are still talking to this clown. She's such a funny dog. I think that there was a fox that just ran by as well, so she was like going crazy out there again. And now I think she's ready to go to bed, which I kind of am getting close to as well. But we'll try to go through this section here. And that is well noted, Hevorius, in terms of the timing thing. Maybe that'll be where we put the pin in it.
That
We'll
juggling
see.
doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
Oh.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
Obviously an idiot.
A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
It's an animation
Not so
right
easy
there.
after all, is it?
No, I guess not.
Is that it? Just we get to make fun of ourselves in front of a bunch of people?
What do you think of this?
It is a medical device, oui?
Yes.
We.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, it means nothing to me.
I've got a medieval tripod.
And my Uncle Claude has hemorrhoids. So what?
Okay. What is even going on anymore?
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No, if so, you would be a much better jongleur.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it.
What does that mean?
Have you seen this man before?
No.
Look,
Oh, you...
feast your eyes on this.
Incroyable. Is it real?
I think so.
Some people believe that great gems always have curses upon them.
Oh, that's garbage. Although, now that I think about it, both of the people who had this before me disappeared in mysterious circumstances. And the guy who was supposed to get this was shot and then murdered in his hospital bed. Do you want it?
No, thank you.
Yeah, how interesting. I just love George's commitment to being like, clearly this guy was an idiot. He was an idiot. And am I about to do something even stupider? Yeah, I am. I'm not only going to call him out, I'm going to commit to it in front of all these tourists here. What is his deal? He's hilarious. What a character.
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
But he's an idiot, George. You told me about it.
This gadget is a sewer key.
I do not want it, thank you.
Well, I'm not selling it. I just wanted your opinion.
It is hardly my area of expertise.
Gasping for air.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'll try doing this again. We got yelled at by this guy over here, but I mean, we've got some commotion over here now.
Hey, you!
Okay, still upset
Leave
about it.
that cover alone. Now.
Ow.
Sorry, no harm.
You stay.
No harm intended. I was just trying to do exactly what I looked like I was doing. No harm.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Another guy gasping for air.
What do you think of the juggler?
juggler.
He is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So? He is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well.
The war against cars, huh? Yeah, the power stance. That the way he does that is like, I don't know. That's great. It's a long flight. Oh boy.
So, you're not gonna do anything about this guy?
No.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So, what are you gonna do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check.
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
And spoil his concentration? What kind of a barbarian do you take me for? Ah, you are a clown.
Do I look like a clown?
No, although you juggle like one.
Heyo.
Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So, you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
Where are we going with
Does this red nose...
No.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
I'm guessing that we need to get down here. It feels like this is like our blocker, this guy. Going into the sewer. Why do I need to go in the sewer? I do not know yet. The cop's eyebrows. Oh yeah, look at these things. They go around his head. Can we zoom in here? Oops, that's not the right one. Look at that. That is that yeah, that is it's like a crown. It's an eyebrow crown. Powerful. Some anime eyebrows. I'm glad you called that out. That was very good. I don't know what story is there.
I had no desire to talk. I had no desire. Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Okay.
The balls, please.
The balls,
If you
please.
insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon.
Why am I doing this though?
The juggler was speechless with rage.
Are you
He could
kidding
have
me?
mistaken him for a mime, and without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey, you forgot one of your balls. Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
That was the puzzle? This game is so weird. So the puzzle was that we needed to fail at juggling, but with the nose on. And that... What? Okay. That is cool. That's great.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
So I suppose that allows us to get access to this underground area, because that's what we haven't been able to do. Again, why we need to go down here, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, yes! Got the animation. Is there anything else in here before I go into the hole? I don't want to talk about the butts here. Figured I'd check before we dip underground for an undetermined reason.
I didn't have
Didn't have time to sit around. Well, sir. Sometimes it's just impossible to get George to do the thing that you want him to do. Can we use the tripod in here at all? Is there like a spot where the tripod sort of works? No.
I didn't have...
So I guess it's supposed to be somewhere near a church or something. Not a church, I guess. There's like a castle. Hard to tell in the manuscript. Can we leave? No. Yeah, the speedrun of this is gonna be crazy. I'm sure there's like a method. I'm just trying to like double click. Well, so what are these folks doing now? They're just standing here next to an open manhole cover. Like by themselves. What is the story here? Like what are they even looking at? This one's not even looking at where they're looking at. Just staring at this guy. This is so weird. Okay. Balls. Let's go. Into the hole. Crash intensive method. Oh, really? Amazing. How many runs of this game are there on the board? I'm curious. All right, down we go. All right, so we're in once again into the sewers of Paris.
What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
What kind of question is that? What's a guy gotta do with a sewer? You know, this whole thing. What is that? What kind of question is that? Okay, so we can use the ground, presumably. Got a boat. It's like a boat thing with a hook.
What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
Don't answer that. As if it's like we were all thinking it. We were all thinking, what does a guy got to do with the sewer here? Seinfeld. What's the deal with the sewers? It's stinky. No one's down here. Yet there's just access everywhere. Okay. All right, so this cranks it back up, presumably. Oh, can I pick it up? So this is like a hook and a chain? Okay, so I can... Okay. So we can hook that to something.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone.
Okay, is this the same on each panel?
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence.
Okay.
Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe.
Maybe. Why is it whispering? Okay, so I'm trying to do the gear thing here. I'm not really sure what the story is with this.
Okay, it's long jump time.
Oh, this won't work well. We're never gonna make this, right? Is this the death?
Do I look crazy or something?
That was...
Okay, it's long
He's just gonna
jump
do it again.
time.
Long jump time. Okay.
Here goes. Do I look crazy or something?
Just like freaking out at the end of it. Okay. Okay, I've got a couple ideas, I suppose, of how to do this. I don't know what one they want me to do.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
The Phantom of the Opera.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
Beautiful.
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily. Now, I wasn't so sure.
Okay. So we can pick this thing up. I was wondering if we could spin this thing around a little bit. Is there anything else that like it can interact with? Not really. Oh, don't know. Okay, no. I assume that this wheels it in. Okay. Can I do anything with this now? Is it different
The
somehow?
hook was held rigidly by the tightly wound chain.
The tightly wound chain. Is this the boat?
A weird little boat lay either that or on the boat was a winching machine.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't seem like I have a lot of options here in terms of things to interact with. What is, oh, this is the ball.
It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
Bright red ball, not to be confused
No.
with the bright red nose.
Maybe not.
Can we just juggle with one ball? Is that juggling? Where are you going, George? Oh, okay. Hey, Circuboga. Many times over the years. All right, on. It does seem like a pretty beloved game. Yeah, there's some differing opinions the later in the series it goes on, it seems like, from folks. But yeah, this is my first time through. I'm enjoying it. It's really, really fun. So I don't really know what to do with this, and I'm wondering... I wonder what to do. It's really the only thing I can think of, well, not even think of, like all we have interactable on the screen as it stands. Boat, the 3 panels, the sewer, complete with the sewer joke. The kind of broken down path here that he won't jump across, and the ladder. And it does not appear that any of these work with the winch as it stands now. So we just end up putting it back down here. So it kind of makes me think, perhaps, that, I mean, do I need to use an item on it? Maybe? It's weird that it allows me to pick it up, though. And even if I click on something that's not interactable, like I just clicked on the ground over here, George, he just sets the thing down. I was gonna say no, but
No.
But like if I try to, oh no, you can't combine those together. Okay. I don't know if that's what we need to do, but I feel like that something like that has to happen. It's interesting though, because you can pick it up and then you just stand there. But you can't move. Like, am I missing a hitbox or something? Just gonna get a little scoopy. We'll scoop through here. Scoopy doopy. So yeah, that's just the winch. You know what to do, but can't comment. I appreciate keeping it to yourself. It can be tough. Hmm. It's just very interesting because, like, I'm thinking about this in a few different ways, and I have to be patient with this and kind of let the game come to me a little bit more. But my initial gut feeling, and this is, I think, impossible based on what I'm seeing. But if it were me, I'd be like, oh, if we could hook something, like move the winch this way or something, you could use the winch to kind of cross this area from the boat. It doesn't seem like that is an option. And the only thing the panels really explain to us are that this was where the gallows were. So obviously this is like an important thing to explore, because we know that this is sort of like part of the Templar backstory thing. So very clearly like something that we need to do. I'm a little worried that this puzzle is to do with ordering rather than anything else, but I also don't know for sure yet.
It was a handful of plaster left. It was a simple but elegant tripod made of metal, with traces of colored enamel still visible in places. No way. A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
See, the boat's tied up, because the other thing that like kind of seems to make sense to me is just like, why don't we just take the boat for a spin, you know? I don't think George has it in him to steal a boat quite yet. We haven't gone full Guybrush Threepwood yet. Okay. I'm gonna pop upstairs quick. Maybe something will come to me here. This is interesting. I don't feel 100% stuck yet, but I feel like I'm... These people are still standing there! What is the story here? What?
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Just shrugs at him.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can put them in, they look like...
Yeah, we know the story. Okay, you won't juggle anymore.
That is not a good idea.
What? So honest.
In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine." An architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here.
Obviously looks very similar to what's underground.
It was a simple...
I assume this stays open. This looks dangerous. Okay, so we can actually close it. I don't know why we would do that, but we set this on top. No.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Very weird. This game is so strange sometimes. Okay. How does George not hurt himself doing that? I would have hurt myself. Some insane core strength. to be able to do what he just did there. So this is the long jump thing.
Okay. Here goes.
Whoa.
Do I look crazy or something?
Do I look crazy? What's the deal with sewers?
What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
Don't even answer that. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to simmer on this one. We got a lot done. I know it wasn't a super long session today, but this was very good. I think we got pretty far, and I'll have to think about this. We also have Spain in the back pocket as well. Because it's very possible that I'm missing the item that I need to move through here. It's possible. I don't know what it would be. But all we know for now is that we have this hook that we can grab. We can pick it up, but we can't really do anything with it, seemingly, at this point in time.
The hook was held rigidly by the tightly wound chain.
Yeah, because even if we can't
On
move.
the boat was a winching machine.
Yeah, it's a winching machine. And that's all
On
you
the
say?
boat, a weird little boat lay tied. Either that or there was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end.
I just don't know what to do. This is such a weird thing. I wonder if I'm not seeing something.
On the boat was a winching machine.
A winching machine. And this thing just goes up and down.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
The hook lays in a bed of chain. Sewer boat. Do have a reasonable 9 minutes left. That's true. I guess we could go to top of the hour. If that was if that was something else, I have no idea what it was.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
What the heck do we do here?
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily. Now, I wasn't so sure.
Now. If the path hadn't have crumbled, he could jump across. And can we just untie the boat? Just walk across, George? Oh, I didn't click that. Shoot. I thought I was looking at it. Oh well. We'll say hello to this random family quick. Hello, we're just getting some air. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Okay, it's long jump time. Here goes. Do I look crazy or something?
Okay. I think this is the only place where he interacts. Yeah, he'll walk back over. Can't go like here. Like, is there another path or something I can go on? It's like one of those weird things that I had this happen to me in Grim Fandango all the time when I was like first playing through that game. Is that like sometimes you wouldn't realize like, oh, there's a room right over here, and you just didn't notice that like the room goes that way. You know what I mean? Curious. Does not look like that's the case here though. I wonder. I guess the other thing is, depending on where, I don't know. I was thinking maybe we can do something to the top that affects the bottom or something like that. I was thinking that more in the context of inside the, like the church thing. Like if we do something in the church, it'll happen here. But this doesn't really have. I mean, above here, like the outside area is not really like. Too crazy.
It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
Bright red ball. Can you throw it over there? I'm missing something here. I'm definitely missing something. I just need to figure out what it is. You can't use the ball with anything, right?
No.
Okay, thank you, George. It's more of a hypothetical question, but...
That is not a good idea.
Phantasmagoria 2 is the worst for that. It happens in a lot of adventure games. I've noticed. I don't know what it is, but AGS games are the worst for me personally. With a lot of those, like trying to figure out exactly like I don't know. A lot of those, of course, are just kind of like amateur games, I guess, and not in like a negative sense, but it's like a lot of people's first games or like early games were on AGS, right? And I remember back in the day being like. That was always a thing of just like, oh, that's like even if you're up to the side, like here, you're like, oh, I can't leave, but like you need to be right up flush against like the edge. And that always got me. What is this? Can we just throw it in the sewer? No.
The inscription was hard to read, but
yeah, we've read these.
The inscription was undecipherable. I wondered
why. The plaster. Need plaster. I've got plaster. I've got a guy who has plaster. The edge of the screen. The castle. Is that the like in the like the church area? Wait, I'm trying to remember which one that could be. Oh wait, yeah, it's going to the right. Yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. What's really funny is I had to take like a minute to like remember what the layout to the original Gabriel Knight 1 castle was, because it's different than what is in Gabriel Knight 20th Anniversary, which is for some reason all I can think of right now. This is my life now, sadly. That section's tough. I wonder if we need to do something whilst it's up and then drop it or something. Because you can interact with it here.
a hook dangled. The hook was held rigidly by the tightly wound chain.
I'm definitely going to figure this out. I don't know. I don't know what I need to do here.
It was a simple but elegant tripod.
I have never heard of that one, Circuit Pogo. What's that game? Interactive movie point-and-click adventure game released on February 25th, 1998 by Take-Two. Last of 3 developed FMV adventure games from Take-Two. Okay. A game of adventure and dark mystery. Interesting, interesting, interesting. The FMV things, I feel like, are all very, like, dark, sinister games, except for Toonstruck. They just were like, let's just go the other way. Instead of, like, literally making this movie, let's, like, just do Christopher Lloyd in FMV, and then we'll draw everything else. What a fun game.
The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much.
Okay, that was helpful.
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, if the near edge hadn't crumbled away, now, I wasn't so sure.
Okay. I mean, this game. Like, I want to, like, swing across or something, like...
The hook.
I wonder if it's just that I don't know how to properly, like, interact with this.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
Well, I have to admit I'm a little stumped right now, so I'm going to make a save, and we will pick this one up on Thursday. I'm going to let this one stew. Sometimes I just need to stew for a little bit. Stew in the sewer. Hey, Snowy. Yeah, game's been good. Good game. I'm a little bit stumped at the moment on what to do here. But it's good. No complaints. It's been really fun today. I hope you're doing all right. Can say that you're not being inhibited by the user interface. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Be a pixel hunt. Yeah, that's how it goes, right? It is tricky, and I could have sworn I've gone over everything, but maybe I'll have a fresh set of eyes on Thursday, and I'll go through this again and see if I can figure this out. I've got to be close. I feel like I'm close, even though I haven't really made much progress down here. But I believe. Okay. Solid stream today, though, folks. I have to say, I think we had a good one.